Deb Kilsheimer, and you are watching Bookkeepers on Fire. We're here to uplift bookkeepers who lead with heart, power, and purpose. We celebrate your expertise. We challenge the status quo, and we equip you to serve boldly. Our guest today is Scottie Scarano, like Soprano, and we're honored to have Scotty with us today. We can't wait for you to meet him, so let's ignite together.
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and so we're so thrilled you're here, Scotty. I tell you what, to me, you've always been, I saw you the first time on stage at Scaling New Heights, and I actually thought that Joe Woodard had hired a famous rapper to come in and talk. Not that you're not famous.
You were disappointed. I showed up and you were disappointed.
No, I thought, wow, look at that. We have a rapper, because rap is not my favorite genre of music. But
Fair,
it's like,
fair.
wow, he got a rapper to make accountant raps. I didn't realize you were an accountant who rapped. I thought you were a rapper who rapped about
accounting. Oh wow. Okay. That I like to hear this.
So I thought you were some big famous star that I wasn't.
It wasn't a letdown. It was sort of like a
okay. Like, wow, look what Joe. He has another guest, big guest speaker.
The best part of that was when I said my name. It was OKR, and I explained it at the end. That's when it got the most laughs. When I said OKR, OK rapper. That's when everybody in the crowd laughed. They all got that one.
Now, how did you get involved with rapping?
I started a podcast just like you two, and the podcast led to me wanting to pursue my So I was messing around with all the editing stuff, and I was doing all of my own editing for the show. This was called Sons of CPAs that was the first show that I had before Accounting High, and me and a friend of mine, and he was another accountant, but it was me messing with the editing, and I felt like I could pursue some creative stuff too. I had a lot more time on my hands, and it wasn't until I started doing the editing and I saw the sound waves moving, and I was like, I could try this rap thing. I always wanted to be a rapper. I've always listened to rap, and I've always wanted to do it, and I didn't know the first thing about it. And then I saw a couple other people doing it out there in the wilderness. There was this rapping CPA. So I'm sure you've heard of Drew Carrick. He worked at what was the Flowcast? That was the company that he worked for. He was the rapping CPA, and he's doing stuff out there. And he made a little music video. So he was a CPA who became a rapper, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could try this out. And I did it. It took me like 6 months to do the first one, and I wrote it about what I knew. And the only thing I knew was running an accounting firm. So that's what I rapped about. You got to rap about what you know.
It's just saying things that rhyme. What is rapping? What is it exactly? Because I'm going to be.
Can we ask Chat GPT what rapping is? We should introduce a fourth guest on the show. So rapping, it's just saying words in rhythm and rhyme, and I think that you can hear that a lot in other music too. When they start going a little bit faster into the beat, but there was different nuances, and I learned how to be a rapper through doing that, and through that. I think it's just a feeling. You got to learn by doing. There's no other better way to learn anything than by doing it. I learned how to be a podcaster. I was a podcaster first, but I was an accountant before I was all of those things.
Now, do you perform anywhere other than at Joe Woodard's conferences?
Accounting conferences. This is more of like this is turned into like a fun hobby that I have in my back pocket now.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
At accounting conferences. I did one last year at a NAEA conference, and it was like a fun cap off to like a boring day of CPE for everybody. I wouldn't say CPE is boring. I mean, we all love going to class and sitting in class. But then at the end, right before the cocktail hour, I came out and I did a couple songs, and it was
cool.
Tax-related stuff. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So I know you as a rapper, but you have your own accounting practice. So tell us about that.
Yeah, wow, that's something we could talk about. Yeah, for sure. So I have a firm. It's Paget Business Services. It's part of I'm a franchisee of Paget Business Services. So I have my own practice, and I've been running it for about 15 years. I've owned it. Wow. Yeah. So I've been in it for about 15 years. I've owned it for a little over 10. I bought it from the owner, And so we have right now we have about 10 people, half of them in the Philippines, half here. We do about 1.5 million, give or take,
Nice.
depending on the year. Some years better than others, and it's been running. It's been running pretty well with me in the background, kind of.
Yeah, you were
I
saying
go
earlier
to the meetings.
that you
Yeah.
don't even do any of the work,
No, I don't do client work anymore. I haven't done client work in a long time.
so you just kind of sign the paychecks.
I do sign the paychecks. The buck stops here
Yeah.
whenever they need to spend more money or things need to, raises and things like that. That's usually where I come in, and I'm of course hosting the parties and stuff, and
Oh yeah.
take everybody out to lunch and things like that. But
Well, that's what owners do.
yeah, I've been so that's sort of what I was doing for the last 5-6 years was the podcast and then the rapping, and also my firm has been running. I think I might be going back to the firm now. I think I have more time on my hands. I stopped doing the podcast. I think I might get more involved. Might get into wealth management. I might be
Oh.
doing an acquisition
nice.
in fairly soon, and my team might be getting some equity. So making some changes, creating some chaos and things that I can go in and do stuff with. The firm was running smooth, and it got boring. Like there was nothing else. I couldn't change anything. I got to my last straw of things that could be changed without breaking everything, that I had to go find some other things, ways to make chaos and make fun.
I think we're related.
Yes.
Somehow, in some way, I've been watching you, Deb, and I love your stuff. You're fun, you're funny, and all of your AI posts and all that. It's great. Yeah. So,
Oh well,
in some way, shape, or form, yeah.
I have fun doing that, coming up with these ideas.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm bored with my accounting practice. Like,
I
okay,
know.
how many more bank recs can I do?
Yeah. So now you have a podcast, and now you have an outlet.
Yeah, it's
A
fun.
way to shine a little more. But so I was doing that through my firm in the beginning. When I was building and growing the firm, I was letting all that shine through the way that I ran the firm. And it was different. And sometimes I would especially get a lot of questions from my team or other people of things that I wanted to do differently and have fun with it. But clients, certain things resonate. When you're being real and you're being different, clients like that stuff too. And when I was working with clients, that's where I was getting a lot of my fulfillment. It wasn't until I phased myself out of all the client work that I got bored. So I wasn't bored when I was like in it, really in it. And that's what I would have to do again. If I were to ever get back in the firm, I'd have to be making an impact and helping people more than just doing any work or any like managing people. That was just, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the managing people.
Yeah, that's why I don't have
Themselves now.
people.
Yeah, my people are
People.
managing themselves. They're running
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, I mean, I have my people that I said, look, when I hire somebody, I say, look, here's the deal. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Well, some people won't thrive in that environment. Some
I
people
know, they need to be-
told what to do,
Yeah.
and they need to be managed like that. And those are the ones that we don't have with us anymore. But the
Right.
ones that are self starters and that are accountable, responsible. There was a lot of things and a lot of systems and things that I did in my firm to allow that, for them to thrive on their own and for them to still be held accountable for the work that they needed to do.
Right. Because I do that here. I mean, I have to know that the sales tax is done, the payroll is done. So we would track everything in a Google sheet. And then, of course, Keeper came along, so I could track
Okay. So now you're using double, though, right? Is it
double. Yes.
Double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, my
Her
daughter-
spreadsheets are amazing.
Yeah.
I look at them and go, oh my God, no. Yeah, no, that's why I built a solo firm because I don't want people. I don't
Yeah,
like,
no. And
I
but
don't
a
like
lot
to
of people,
manage people. Yeah.
but
I
a
can-
lot of accountants do thrive in that, especially
Yeah.
a lot of bookkeepers. If you can build up a good book of business for yourself to manage, then you have a lifestyle that's made for you. You have a firm that's made for you.
Yep.
Too, and you've built
It's all
that.
systems, though. You said my favorite word earlier. It's all about systems and processes to
Let's
manage
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So what kind of so I have a system. I have a management system at my firm, EOS. I've talked about that before, and that's more of an operating system for the business. For the business,
EOS, what does that stand for?
entrepreneurial operating system.
Okay.
And the basis of that is a book called Traction by Gino Wickman. And we had fortunately found through a client, actually, or through a meeting I was going to have with a client, that we found an implementer that does EOS. And he introduced that to us gave us the books. There you go. Look at
There you
that.
go.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
that. Yep. She, of course, has it.
I already know. And what we did with that, and that it took us a good 4 or 5 years to really get the hang of it on how that worked. Everybody, the right people in the right seats, and just getting a system set up, because otherwise it was just coming out of my head. That everything that was running in the firm, I knew where everything was. I knew what to do, where everything was. It was getting everything out of my head and onto a system and onto the page, creating SOPs, standard operating procedures.
Right.
I hated doing that stuff, and I hated following it too, and I wouldn't follow it. That's also probably why I'm not actively working and doing all that stuff, because I would create the rules and then break them.
Well, I always find a different way to do it. So I come up with the rule and I go, oh, well, let's try it this way.
Yeah.
You can change your SOPs. But
That's
yeah.
frustrating.
Like, okay, when I come up, I like to know what I'm doing, because I think it's, like if you do sales tax is sales tax, but everybody has a different little thing, clients. So I write down exactly how to do it, so I don't have to remember it the next time. And then I go, oh, well, maybe I can do this faster. I mean, I'm always coming up with different ways, and it drives my husband nuts.
Okay. Yeah. I bet, and it drives everybody around me nuts. But that's also why I've phased myself out, because I saw those patterns repeating themselves over and over again, and I had to break the pattern. And I was the reason for all the problems at the firm, all the problems that were going on. If I removed myself and I got out of the way, then wow, things were running smoothly. Things have been running smoothly without me. And every time things go a little bad, I threaten to come back, and then everybody snaps back into shape. So all they need is a little threat, and I'll be back. And I know it's a bad thing to say, but it's like I've elevated myself beyond a lot of the trivial little things that I used to worry about in the firm, and I used to care about. So I'm not butting my head into every little thing and the way everybody's doing it, or the way that they wrote this email or said this to this person, and I'm out of the way of all that, because they're doing fine. And these people have been with me like over 8-10 years for
I've had Mary's been with me like 18 years.
Yeah.
And I know it gets done, so I don't have to worry about it.
Everybody's got their grooves. So what about when you introduce new things, though? So I see you guys talking about digits a lot. I thought you rebranded the podcast, Debbie and Donna Do Digits. I thought that was like...
That's another one.
That's a whole other one, too.
That's a whole other one, yeah.
Multiple shows. I rebranded mine at one point, too, so I can see that. I've done that before. I like Bookkeepers on Fire. I don't think you should change that, though.
No, this is a whole different...
I wore a shirt with somebody on fire just for this.
Yeah, cool.
We have ours. Yep. Thanks.
But this is the type of fire I think about when I think of tax preparers. And maybe this is the difference between bookkeepers and tax preparers. Tax preparers, we put out fires. We're not on fire. Like, our heads are on fire, and somebody needs to put it out during the thick of tax season and things like that. Bookkeepers, you guys are just on fire. Is that the difference here?
Well, we have to... the tax guy, I always say because I'm married to the tax guy in my office.
Okay.
And I always say he works one day a year. I work the other 364.
Okay. Yep.
And I get it, so it's all even for him. But sometimes they bypass me and go directly to him, and then
we have two big deadlines, so we work 2 days a year, right? Two big, we have corporate deadline and an individual deadline.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So of course I do mainly all the corporate stuff. So he does all the personal stuff, and the people come in, and I see how hard he works and how he stresses out. He's dealing with a client right now who has not filed in 11 years.
Okay.
He doesn't have all the W-2s. He's up in New York and New Jersey, and it's like, you're missing this, you're missing that, because he did a tax return one year, and then he got an IRS transcript, and in comes all of these 1099-Bs, and it said long-term capital gain. And so he called up the client. He goes, that implies you've had this before. Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was important, so I never told you. I said, let it go. He takes it personally.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so that was the other thing too. When I was working directly with clients, I would take a lot of that stuff personally, and I would get a little too attached or involved
Yep.
with the situations. So that
Yeah.
was one thing of pulling away and pulling out. It wasn't, it wasn't easy to deal with a lot of that stuff, especially if somebody called you stressing out or freaking out. Now, if somebody calls stressing out because they haven't filed taxes in 10, 11 years, that wasn't really my problem to begin with.
Yeah.
Those are things I didn't
There you go.
But if somebody got a notice and they were really concerned about something, they were supposed to be all caught up, then that concern bleeds over too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know I had a call from another client. It was December 30th this year.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I use Keeper, and since October, every week it goes out. Please send me this. Please send me that. Please send, because you know what? I've asked you every week. You don't do it. Oh well. So now I'm away. So she texts me. All of a sudden, I see she's answering all the Keeper questions. Oh, okay.
Answering everything. She's getting caught up for the year.
Yeah, well, now she's going, oh my God, I need to see if I need to make an estimated tax payment, increase my payroll tax withholdings, blah, blah. Can you call me? I want to make sure. I think it's just December 30th. I'm not even picking up the phone.
So,
So I text her. She goes, I guess I missed the deadline. I said, Kim, I was away for the holiday.
so you're not going to want to hear this, but I did that to my team this year on December 30th. On December 30th from Mexico, I sent them something. I said, don't we need to make that state payment, and we got to mail a check, and we got to do this for the end of the year? And so, yeah, so I can empathize with the clients now because I am those clients. This is
Right.
how I this is
Well,
how
I
I
told her
manage
not
my
to
life.
worry. She could make an estimated tax payment, by January 15th and still be good, So,
Yeah.
of course, then we had to run up all that stuff. So,
Mine was different. The check had to be dated before the
Ah.
31st. So.
yeah, so my feeling, I'm much better than I used to be. I used to worry that, oh, they don't get this in and they don't get that in. And I guess maybe it comes with age. It's like,
Yeah,
I've done my part. You got to do yours.
a few more
I give
laps
them
around the sun.
that 23rd deadline, December 23rd. We are done. Do not talk to me about your year end after that.
And
It's not
when
gonna happen.
are you back?
When
When
do
are you
I
back
come
after
back?
December 30th, 23rd? Yeah, because we're already at the 13th. Are you back already?
Yeah, I've been back the whole
You've
time.
been back?
It's
Okay.
just them. I never leave.
No, we really never leave. We just don't
Right.
tell customers that.
Yeah, I'm just not going to rush through some dumb thing that they didn't tell me about at the last minute or anything like that. I'm like, I'm just not going to rush. I don't want to panic. We can do it by the 23rd. I do mine by the 23rd.
Well, that's why we have I
Yeah.
have such systems in now. Like, I want to have all my work done. Donna turned me on to this. She's the beast at it. Like, it's the first of the month. She goes, I've done all my client work. I've closed all the books. What? So
Usually by the second.
the second.
If
Yeah.
I have Stripe and stuff doesn't. Some of the e-commerce stuff you got to wait till the second.
How many
but usually
clients?
by the second.
How many clients
Eight
you
right
get done
now?
going? Yeah.
I can get a good, I think 10 or so done by then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in that range.
That's fair.
It just
I was,
depends.
yeah. All right.
I got like 25 that I closed.
I was going to say 25. I don't think you can do that.
I don't think I can do that much. It might take me till the third.
Okay.
Yeah.
25 is a good, yeah.
But, with
When I had more, it was to the fifth. I think at one point I had like 100, and it was the fifth.
Fifth.
But yeah, so
We're not saying the 15th.
if
it's
you're,
the fifth.
you
Yeah.
got systems in place and you not,
yeah,
use
it's all
the
running.
rules.
They all ran smoothly. They're all, and I type my clients by certain, I group them by certain
Groups.
ways,
Okay.
the way that I did them. So I didn't have I had it all system. This is where systems process SOPs, even
Yep.
for a solo. Don't keep it in your brain. You'll forget it.
Yep.
Well,
all
it's
written and
especially
done
for a
well.
solo. If you keep it in your brain and then you're gone, who's gonna know what you're doing and how you're doing it? Like,
Exactly, because there was one time I was rushed to emergency and I was like out of it for a few hours, and there were client calls that day.
yeah,
Because I had a process in place and a person to manage the process when Donna goes down to send the emails, that happened
you gotta have the
within a
overlap.
matter of minutes, and all the clients were awesome.
I don't think it's hard to do. I mean, what I did when we got Keeper, And I would just start writing down everything I did. I think there's even an app now that does that. Hector was telling us about it, Scribe or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you write it down, stick it in Keeper, and now here's how to do it. So if I get hit by a bus, somebody will be able to do the client work.
Yeah. Somebody will. And
But I
that's
think
the one thing too, though. I used to think that I was the only one that could do a lot of the stuff, and especially with the clients, the only one that had that type of finesse, and it was like things that I would do or handle with a client, and all of a sudden everything was better. But then nobody else could solve that problem, so I had to come in and save the day, and that was a mindset I had to get over.
Well, that's the problem with
Hero. You want to be the
you're
hero.
only one that can do it.
Yeah.
You know,
But that also made me feel good too, coming in
Yes,
and saving
that's it.
something and being the hero. That
Yep.
was like, it gave me purpose.
Yep. I always say when clients call me up and they say, "I'm sorry to bother you," I said, "No, you're not bothering me. You're allowing me to put on my Wonder Woman cape and my bracelets to feel like a hero.
You are my purpose. This is what I was put here for,
You gave me reason to live."
right? And it's also something that you could take pride in, and then you've solved problems today. You've done something. You've accomplished something.
Yeah.
You feel like you've been sitting there spinning email all day and answering or responding to email, and then you actually solve somebody's problem. That feels good.
Yeah, I like when I don't mind when they text or call me up. I really don't have a problem with that, as long as it's not Christmas week.
So what do you guys think of digits? You have a separate podcast.
Oh, we love
do
digits.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yep. It's
Tell
the
me
future.
more. Yeah.
Future. It's okay. So here's what it's not. It's there. It started. It's not where it's going to be in 6 months from now or a year from now, but it's starting, and it's where I got the vision that now this is the future. It's where when I saw it, I went, here we go. This is where accounting is going to go. Just like how we moved from, computer desktop to cloud accounting. Or
Right.
even from the
I
green
did that.
tablets
I
to
did that with
computer
zero.
to cloud.
I remember
Yeah,
that very
yeah.
clearly. What happened with zero? So what's
Yeah,
the next?
same
step?
thing.
What's after zero? Then
Yeah,
is
this is
after
the
zero?
evolution.
This
Yep.
is like if you mixed zero's colors and QuickBooks colors together, you've got this teal blue.
That's exactly like their color is.
That is their color, right?
I never thought of it. Oh my gosh! Now another thing to write about.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's that you watch it. If you have any curiosity, any vision, it's the evolution of where things are going.
Right.
And it's so much like bank feeds are almost gone. There's no rules. It's just
They're
but it's a
making
different
rules.
way.
They're-
Yeah.
So there are no rules. It's just review,
Yeah.
basically.
Just review. Yep.
It's just review, and then
Yeah, it does all the
insight.
drudge work.
Just review
Yeah.
and insights. So it's like,
Yes. So it's the real true move to advisory.
so have you
Yep.
started using it with any
Yes.
clients or
Yes.
with your own firm?
Yeah, I have one client I'm using it on. So we're really
Yes.
kind of testing it out because we have our channel and we want to because most of us come from a QuickBooks world.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, if you're in the
We really
world,
want people to adopt
next
it.
step
So
is
we
to
want to
make
make sure
them do
they
that.
understand the roadblocks. It's kind of like if you have a baby, they tell you it's all great and wonderful. Then you bring it home, you go, "Oh my God, the thing poops all the time."
Yeah. You didn't know that coming into this.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's Digits pooping all the time? Is Digits pooping? Where's the poop coming out?
Challenges here and there. We're
I want
working
you to see
through
the
them.
challenges so you'll know what to expect. You know.
Yeah. They have some things. They're still working through it. It's
Yeah.
not, remember where QuickBooks was when it started.
Yeah,
Oh my
remember?
gosh.
I
So-
remember QuickBooks Online when it started. That's why I was using Zero. But the
Yeah.
thing is the Zero
Yeah.
users, we can look at Digits from afar, but it's not going to be easy to switch any client
No,
from
no,
zero
it's not
to
easy at all.
Making the switches.
QuickBooks is
So
easy. QuickBooks is a snap, right? Take
Nope.
a QuickBooks client and move them to Digits. Not as
No.
easy. Oh, okay.
you move them, but the question is, should you move them?
Okay. You want
It's
to start
not
fresh.
seamless. It's not one-to-one. It's not a seamless. It's a whole new
Yes.
way of doing things.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zero felt like a new way of doing things back when we first started using it.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys were saying, this is the next step beyond the cloud.
Yes.
I guess,
Yes.
right? And
Yeah.
that is because it's tapped right into an LLM and it's got AI that's assisting with
Yeah.
all of it.
And they built the they built their model. They
Yeah.
didn't use ChatGPTs and bolt it on. They created it from the ground up. So there's a big difference.
The big difference between the creating an LLM model and bolting it on
Right.
to like
Right.
the
So you're
software.
not just
Huge
relying
difference. Yeah.
on ChatGPT's model. I didn't realize that they built their own model. Yeah.
$824 billion people invest some, you know. Now Jeff, he used to be a big shot with Twitter or X
Right.
now.
Hmm. Yeah.
He was there when it was Twitter,
He
not
I
when
was
it
learned
was
a lot
X.
about him. I learned a lot about him
Yeah.
early on. He was on the social network
Social
thing.
network,
Or,
yeah.
Yeah, the
yeah.
social network show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
Forgot what
fact
it
that
was
he
called.
knows who we are is just amazing.
Social dilemma or something, right?
So was it called social? That was it.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's we just have to learn how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah.
It's not wrong on my rap. That rap I shouted out a lot of the different speakers at that Scaling New Heights, and he was one of the first ones because it fit with the rhyme scheme perfectly. So it was like I needed all these words to rhyme, and the different syllables all rhymed, and so Seabert was better than Cybert. Cybert wouldn't have worked.
Well, let me see if you can do a rap and use my last name, Kilsheimer. You amazing.
No, I could definitely, but not on the spot. I'm not much of a freestyler. I could write it. I could write it beautifully. You gotta
Yeah,
give me an
I'll
hour.
hold you through it. Come up with a rap with the name Kilsheimer in it.
Kill. So is it Scheimer or Seimer?
If you pretend the S is a Z, you say it correctly. Kilsheimer.
Kilsheimer?
Yeah, Kilsheimer.
Kilsheimer. Okay.
Yeah. Separate it between the S and the H, and you'll say it.
Kilsheimer. Yeah. Well, if I was introducing you on my show, I would make sure I got that right. Kilsheimer.
Yeah. Well, that's why sometimes I go with Debbie Kills.
Debbie Kills. That's even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put the Z on there. That's your rap name right there.
Yeah, Debbie Kills.
Debbie
I mean, that's my
Kills.
Twitter handle is Debbie Kills.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
your rap name too. That's the alter ego.
Mine's just boring. Donna
Donna
Reed.
Reed, she's like, it was so funny. We were talking about movies one day, and I said, Donna said, "What's your favorite movie?" And I said, "Oh, It's a Wonderful Life." With Jimmy Stewart, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm in that movie." And I'm like, "Donna Reed."
Oh,
I have a
man.
star on the Walk of Fame, just saying, and I take a piece of masking tape and a Sharpie with
So
me.
wait,
and
there really
spell my
was an
name.
actress. There really actress named Donna
Oh
Reed.
my God.
Yeah.
Yes, there was.
I did know that. I did know that, but I didn't even put it together. Did she spell it the same way too?
No,
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 that's
okay.
right. Every time we
Yeah.
go to the star, I take masking tape and a Sharpie and I spell it
adjusted
the right way.
All right,
Take a
all right.
picture. I know where the star is.
So
yeah, she had her own TV show, the Donna Reed Show. She was in From Here
I
to
remember now. Yeah, I remember. It just spelled without the E, right?
like RED.
R-E. Yep, the wrong way.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
That's the
Donna's
right way. So did you marry into this, or this
Yes.
is your okay? Yeah.
Oh, when I married into it, I didn't
Same,
realize
yeah.
I was marrying into it. And immediately my friends were there with the string of pearls and all that stuff because apparently that's what she wore on the show. I had no idea.
It's
They're
just like
like-
Bookkeepers on Fire and the Entrepreneurs on Fire. You
Yeah.
know,
that one.
Bookkeepers on Fire without knowing Entrepreneurs on Fire is out there, but then it took fire. It picked
I know.
up.
There's no new ideas. We just reissue them or whatever.
Yeah.
Ignited. I really should have brought a lighter and maybe a spliff for the fire. to light the fire for the. That'll be for another day, another time, another day.
That's another time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this has been great. Can you believe we're already at time?
I couldn't believe it. No.
Oh,
No,
this
this
has been
has been
fabulous.
great. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is
Well, I
awesome.
was thrilled when I heard you were coming on. I knew somebody famous was coming on.
So you thought I was a famous rapper turned accountant, and I'm just
No,
an
I just thought
accountant
you were hired
turned
as an
rapper. Yeah.
entertainer. Like they hired an entertainer.
I came on after a camel on that one. I came on the stage after a camel. He set the stage for me with the camel.
I remember I thought
That's great.
you hired an entertainer, and and being a good rapper, you created a rap about accounting. I didn't know you were an accountant who rapped. I thought you were a rapper who was kind enough to write a rap about the Scaling New Heights.
That makes me so happy to hear. And even after I left stage, that's what you thought too.
That's what I thought too.
No, that's even better. Yeah, that was the first big stage I was ever on. That was a big deal. I had done something for Expensify, and that's how I met Joe. I met him in Italy, and he was like, "We got to get you on stage at Scaling New Heights." And I said, "I'm going to be in Mexico this year." He's like, "We'll fly you from Mexico. It's fine."
Oh, cool.
And it happened, and it was life changing, man.
It was great.
Incredible experience. I've met a lot of people since then too, because they're like, they feel more comfortable to talk to me now because they saw me do that. So,
Well, see, I thought you were a famous movie star, big famous.
well,
You know,
that's what I always wanted. This was my dream come true here. That's what I always wanted, and I became an accountant. I settled for accountant because that was safe. I was making money. Like that was the way to make money.
Yeah.
I don't think I was going to make money doing this rap thing or the acting thing. Not out of you. So
well, let me ask you one question.
yeah.
If you could tell our audience your one big idea that would help them or inspire them or whatever, what would be your one big idea?
Yeah, you got to stay true to you and figure out who you are in all of this, in the reflection of your clients and the reflection of your team. If you have team members and the reflection of your family, you're the only person that you can be true to. Because if you're living and you're detached from who you really are and you're trying to be somebody else, it's not going to come out right in the end. I used to play golf and wear polo shirts and stuff because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. And that was the life I was leading. That wasn't really true to me. It was just the reflection of other people that I saw that were doing that.
So how did you determine to become who you are? How did you make that flip?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think I stopped caring what other people thought. And then I stopped caring about that reflection of me being in the eyes of others. And I started becoming alien. So my first rap that I did was CP Alien. I'm not a CPA, but in this world, I felt like an alien anyway. So I felt like I was different. And then I started showing that. So that was the rap that I did, the first one, CP Aliens. And that was my way of like separating myself. And ever since then, I've lived, at least in more peace, let's just say, and less chaos inside.
So you basically stopped caring what other people thought. You started caring what you thought.
Yeah.
That's deep, man. That's deep.
Yeah. But then other people started reacting more positively to that.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I attracted more people, and there was more, and I was happier, all in reflection of not caring about what I thought other people thought.
Right.
Yeah.
And you still had your values. I mean, being kind, being nice, and all that. That doesn't go away. But now you're only doing that for yourself, being your true self.
You got to be kind to yourself.
Yes.
Too. I was not kind to myself. I would stay up all night and I would push myself to the limits. You got to be kind to yourself.
Right.
You got to
People
find
wear
time.
that as a badge of honor. Look how many hours I worked at the office as they miss the kids' soccer game and their husband has an affair with somebody. Yeah, but I worked hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
What do you have to show for all that hard work at the end?
I know, really. I mean, you're building a life, not,
So,
that's what I think.
yeah. Yes. So take time to reflect on that. And I think that's probably the most positive message I
I
could
love
give.
that idea. Yeah, I hope everybody listens to that. It's not easy. It sounds so simple, but it really is a
No,
challenge
it's not.
to do it every day.
Yeah, it's only simple in the rear view, in hindsight.
Yes.
Once you figure it out. But when you're in the thick of it every day, you don't know left from right, and you don't really know what, you may not even know what you want. You got to take time to pause and reflect and create some space.
And
between that.
be willing to be wrong and make mistakes.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any people you admired and were inspirational to you, or mentors that helped you on this path?
Yeah, for sure. A lot of rappers. there was a lot of rappers that inspired me along the path, but also a lot of other people in this space too. Let's say Kenji Kuramoto. He was one that I looked to, and he's a little older than me. I'll say he wouldn't like me to hear that, but in spirit he's not older. In spirit he's younger, and he's got that bright spirit, and he gets to know and talks to everybody that's in his path, and he makes time for people too, and he's present. So there was a lot of things I learned just through my interactions with him. He's a good guy.
What's his name?
John
Kenji?
Baker? Kenji, yeah. He used to run a firm called Acuity. He would be a great guest to have on. Donnie.
Okay.
I wrote it down already. I know who he is.
Yeah, he would be dope. Randy is one of them. You guys had Randy on.
Randy Crabtree.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Randy Crabtree. He's a great guy. We kind of looked up to each other when we first met. We met a long time ago, and it was like I saw him what he was doing, but he saw me and what I was doing, and it was like we both. So I did a rap for his conference too. And
Oh, cool.
for him.
Bridging the gap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's a good one. And you guys, I'm thinking of others that you've had on too. There was Hector. Hector's
Oh, yeah,
one.
Yeah, Hector and Carlos are in a world unto themselves.
So the day I met Hector, he didn't have a voice. It was the year he went to
I remember.
his
Oh,
surgery,
wow.
and he came up to me and he wrote on a pad, "I listened to your podcast." And they pulled out his phone and he had a recent episode that he was in the middle of listening on there, and that's my introduction. Ever since then, he hasn't stopped talking. he hasn't stopped talking. But man, that first night I got to talk to him, and he was listening. He was like nodding his head and listening, and like we had a moment there.
He's the best. There was I just love them both of the brothers.
Yeah, Jason Stats too. He's another one that I look up to in this space. I'm sure you guys should have him on too.
You need some women to look up to.
Well, yeah, I do. I look up to both of you guys. I love what
thanks.
you're doing. I'm literally looking up to you now because you're up vertical.
We're on the top of the screen.
Nicole Davis. So there are two women. There are two women I should have mentioned earlier. So Nicole Davis and Nicole McKenzie. Those two I have in Twyla Verhelst. Like there are a lot of women in this profession that I do look up to.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're so grateful that you came on today. So I can't thank you enough for taking the time and getting to meet you in person.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. I was a little nervous coming on, but you guys made me feel comfortable.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to be nervous about. Just three friends talking.
Three friends talking.
That's
all
it.
on fire. Yeah. I wish I had a lighter. I would end this off with flicking the lighter like the Lil Wayne does on his rap. Yeah.
All right, Donna, sign us off till next time.
All right. Till next time. I'll have a rap for you guys next time too. We'll be
Okay.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. Thanks for watching Bookkeepers on Fire. If you're a bookkeeper ready to lead, to serve, to ignite change, hit subscribe, share this, and stay tuned. Until next time, stay fired up and intentional. Bye for now.
Peace out.